Spiritual Psychics TV is hosting the first annual recognition of achievements this December, acknowledging those who dedicate their lives to a spiritual act of kindness. Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.
Hi everyone, Angela Mitchell, psychic medium and spirit artist. Welcome to my show where I'll be drawing faces from spirit. So big shout out to all those. I can only see Facebook, so let's say we have and YouTube. We have Jade, Andrea, Susan. Okay. If you're wondering why I'm quiet, I've got Richard in my. Hi Terry, good evening to you too. Hi, LJ Blue Eyes. Hello. How are you doing? Hey, Alison. Nice to see you again. Christine, good evening as well to you. Welcome to chat. Hello, Heather. Heather Green. How are you doing, Millie? I love your picture. Very glamorous there. Oh, beautiful baby picture, Sheila. How are you doing there? So cute. And a big hello to Bev Buttle. Hello. And Diana, Jamie Lee Watson. Where are you all watching from? I'd like to know how international this evening is. And Tina, Rachel, hi sweetie to you too. I like your picture, very glamorous. Corey, very summery picture. Good evening to you too. And Luna, oh, love the hearts. Thank you. Sue from Lewisham, hello to you too. First time Sue Venus, very welcome. Thank you for the heart. Right, so let's end. Lindsay from Yorkshire, welcome. So we are, as you can see, I've got a picture that I drew last week. So what I do is I connect with spirit and I allow them to work with me to bring their face forward. Now, I have to say that they're obviously not going to look like a picture that you would hang in the portrait gallery because I really in real life I cannot draw faces, but it's only when I work with spirit. So somebody said, can you draw my soulmate? Can you draw my pet dog? And I said, unless they're dead, I can't physically do it. About if I am an artist, but I can't draw faces. So if I drew faces for a living as a portrait, then I'd probably make a lot more money doing that. So what they do is they give me like with this I write down whatever information that comes through for me while I'm doing the drawing. So let's see who is going to come out to play and what color paper they'd like to. Oh, the pink just jumped at me, so let's use pink. Right. Now, what is really important is that what I like, unlike other readings where you pick a person and draw for them, I'm going to draw the face and provide information as I go. And then if you recognize the person, the features, and the information that I'm providing, then please comment and make sure that you speak up. And if you have more than one or two people, then we have to narrow it down so I get the right person. All right, so let's go. Just think about your spirit person, take deep breaths and see who will come through. All right, spirit, are you a man, woman? How are you? How do you want to be represented? Okay, there's a real eagerness with this person that's coming through. I have a feeling, the initial feeling that I'm getting is that there is both a man and a woman who are wanting to, wanting to be in this. I'm not sure whether in this picture or how they're going to work together, but I do know that there's a lot of energy with them, and you can see the way my hands move. It's fairly quick. It's almost like hurry, hurry, hurry! Come on, get on with it. So there's a sort of rather quite a bit of impatience, and I'm also feeling that this person, there's something about, I do feel this is a him, but as I said, if you there's also a lady that seems to be quite strong presence around him. There's rather a lack of patience, and also it's a case of like, I need you to do this now. So it's very quite a demanding person, I would say. And you see the eyes already really very, very strongly developed, very quite strong features that makes me feel there is a I don't want to venture do jump over too quickly, but there's something about this person that's very, just very strong features with this gentleman, and which I would associate with quite Germanic, I suppose. I'm not sure whether I'm right there, but that's how I'm describing the features as. And I also know that this is not, as you can see, it's not an elderly person. And I can feel him pushing me, going, come on, get on with it, get on with it. He says, eager to see what I do, how I do it, as I am, because I'm always very eager to feel, to see the outcome, to see if they match how I feel about them. Okay, what's okay, all right, okay, that might work. That might be. I'll have to see whether that is what I am feeling. I also know, and I'm not, I don't want to overanalyze yet, but there is a sense of a lot of understand whether is it um, is it to do with the actual passing, or was it that this person had to take a lot of pills whilst they were ill, or a certain time of their life. I also feel, as I'm doing with the eyes here, I feel that there was a lot of sleepless nights, that this person had real issues with sleeping, and also there was quite heavy anxiety that would have, it never felt happy. It took a very, very long very small bits of happiness with this person, not someone that was happy all the time. There was always quite a long time space where they were very deeply unhappy, and they were not very um I don't feel like out with society, like they might have spent a lot of time either in the room or not wanting to be social. There's just a sense of I'm just doing this with myself. And would was it Natalie who said, would you understand that if there was a sex change before that, there was quite very quite strong manly features, quite strong features before that change, because this is what is still very emphasized to me um, with this person. And I've also noticed that I haven't really used a referred to referred to as a man or a woman yet. It's almost as if I'm something within me, even before Natalie's comment made me hesitate to say. But I also feel that there is somebody in spirit with this person already. There was already somebody in spirit that I can feel that is with that has joined us. And Sheila, looks like my brother Coils. Is it you mean Colin? Was it Coils? All right. Okay. All right. Okay. You understand that. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. And you understand between Sheila and Rachel, would you understand that bouts of loneliness or not wanting to be out to socialize or to be with people? When you understand the personality bit, oh, calls, calls, Colin calls. So I have a habit of typing really fast. Sometimes people don't understand or I've texted them. That's fine. It feels like that, being alone and um, being isolated in some ways in a self um I'm losing words here. Self-imposed isolation in some ways. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. All right. Although, can I ask everyone, you lovely people, when you are commenting, um, okay, please don't give names or be too specific, because if I had the name Colin, now in my mind, I can't really say it, because then it would be me just trying to make it fit, So I'd like to get the information. So don't try to make it too easy for me. Oh, okay. So we Oh, thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd rather if you speak up and be, um, you know, um, clear, and then I can go on with somebody else. It's okay. And even if no one took the space, I'd just be happy that that spirit had a chance to present themselves, um, and have a voice for tonight. So it's just my job to draw whoever decides to pop in. Oh, he is very handsome. I can see that he's very good looking. Has a very as I said, it's just weird. It's like I want to say like that Germanic face. The Germanic kind of looks, quite sharp, angular face. I suppose that's what I'm getting at, not Germanic. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit, and then we're going to connect with him to get more information. Um, and now we have Chris. Chris doesn't recognize the face, but he can take all the information. We still got Natalie, who I can you recognize? Do you recognize um, your dad in this picture, Natalie? Oh, sorry, Rachel. Yeah, I'm not never good at names to begin with, much less when trying to do a live. Okay, but you don't recognize the face, do you, Rachel? Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Thanks, Rachel. Although I did sort of resonate with you, Rachel, but I have to give the opportunity for everyone else who saw something in this picture who responded, so that we are fair, and I know I get the right person. Now, I'm also getting validation from spirit here. I feel this wave of energy going through me, which I feel that's usually my signature for spirit. Say, right, okay, this is yes. Okay, validation. Now, would you understand that dad worked in a job that sometimes took him away from home? Because I feel that sometimes that not only that was that isolation in terms like he was alone, but then it felt like sometimes he worked alone, on I don't know whether it's long driving on his own, but it felt like he would, for his work, he would drive from one place to the other. And I guess, and I hear a lot of music as well. I can hear the radio music playing I feel I'm on this journey with him. And I have this sense of him liking to sing along, that he would have liked going to the pub and for a karaoke night, and so on, because I can hear the singing, I can hear that music that kept him company. So I felt that was quite a big part for him. And I'm also being said like, oh, her. Okay. But I feel I'm talking about before the transition, before it all started. But I felt like it took a long time before this happened. It took a long time before he had the courage the courage, he says courage, to be true to who I really was. And there was also a problem with his, he had this, would you understand that something that he did have, would you understand why I felt there were lots of pills? Either that he took quite a bit of pills at a certain time of his life, or that he had pills had something to do, he took pills before he passed. But there's definitely a lot of white sort of pills that I see on a table or in front of me, that seems to be very being sort of thrown up at me. So I know that they're quite significant. I know it's significant. And I also feel that for some reason, I really feel that there was a huge problem with breathing towards the end, that, that I feel like he really and also as he's breathing, I feel like there's something coming out of his mouth. So quite it feels, it's like bubbling, but like I don't know whether it's spit or anything else, but I just feel like these things bubbling out of my mouth, and real difficulty in breathing as well. I also feel that he had a problem with one of his legs, and was it his calves or something? But when he did dress up, it would be like, oh, how do I present myself? So there's lots of questions about about how he wanted to do that particular transition, and but I feel that he wasn't I'm going to say this, and I know it can be quite a difficult thing to say, but although this is something he desired, he wanted to do, it makes me feel that he kind of didn't really enjoy the transition, if you know what I mean, that it maybe was bigger than what he thought it was going to be. And he does say that he has oh God, okay. I think he wants to go on to the message now. Okay, so I do feel very, very resonating very deeply with you, and I feel as the more that I'm addressing and talking to you about him, I feel the connection and I feel the love, and so I'm quite assured that this is for you. Okay, and I would like to say that. He is now talking to you and about you, and it's a message for you. He says that you have a gift card or a voucher or something that you need to use. Somebody has given you an opportunity to do something interesting, and perhaps you've been put it into your drawer, or you've forgotten about it, or you've been and arming about it. And he's saying that you need to, and I don't like to use the word need because it's so authoritative, but he feels right coming from him. You need to take all the opportunities that life gives you. You need to take all the opportunities that life gives you. You are sitting on your own for too much, and he says that. He's almost like he's want to push you out of the door right now, and he wants you to live life, and he says, well, I have, you may think that I have not been with you for most of your life because of when I passed. However, I have been with you as in this form. So I miss you, and I wish that I could have put a stop to certain events in your life from happening. But he is very, very much around you, and he just wants to let you know that he doesn't want you to waste time. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, Rachel, because he says, I don't want you to waste time. Okay, so there's something you're sitting on right now with your life, and he's just going like, he says, don't do what I did, learn from my life, learn from my mistakes. And as cliched as it is, that about sending you love and all of that, I mean, he's giving me the feel, the energy around me right now, is giving straight out. And if you notice as well, I chose a pink, the pink paper, which I did wonder. So I've not really drawn on pink, but pink is the color, obviously, of rose quartz, which is to do with the heart and love. So it's you know, tell him, oh, okay. Well, it's all right now. It's so obvious that he's popped in to let you know that everything's going to be okay, and he is looking out for you. And I don't have to tell him that you love him because he was hearing from you. Okay, he's hearing you. All right. Thank you very much, Rachel. I'm just going to write him down. And thank you very much for coming forward and trusting me. Where's the pen when you need it? Oh, goodness. Oh, all right. Okay. It's not going to work. Okay. All right. I've got 5 pens and not a single one works. It's typical, isn't it? Oh, God. I'm live on Facebook as well. I mean, not like the whole world's watching or anything. So we have Rachel. Okay. Griffiths. All right. Okay. All right. Sure. Thank you very much, my dear. So let's get a water. Let's see who comes through. I just love how Spirit just came through with no pausing, nothing. He just went straight for it. Said, right, okay, you want to draw me? Here I am. I love it. Let's get to business. Okay, we've got white paper here. Okay, Spirit, who's next? Who wants to come forward? All right, okay. Oh, I'm hearing some music, very delicate, soft music coming in for me. Okay. I feel this is a lady, and you can see, well, I'm just lightly drawing, so you will see the darker lines very soon. It's never the same, this is the thing. It's never the same. Each time I put my pencil to the paper, it's never the same. I never know what I'm going to draw. I never know who I'm going to draw, how I'm going to draw. And I feel this is a lady, very gentle, very lovely, somebody that would have liked. We will disagree here, because I'm a East Enders girl and she's a Corrie. She loved Corrie, or maybe even Emmerdale. So we have a soap disagreement here. And definitely, it feels like she'd be the kind of lady that would have preferred going to a National Trust, spending the weekend going National Trust, and having an afternoon tea, and dropping in on friends, and then really doing other things like going to the pub and so on. She would have liked the more traditional activities, and even the way she dressed. It's sort of like that Kate, what's her name? Is it Kate Pittman? Do you know those bags and things that very flowery, pale blue and red flowers kind of design? Not something I like, but she would have liked those sort of patterns and designs. And I know I'm drawing somebody who's slightly older, but see, there's something very childlike and very soft about her features and even the way I draw her. It's just, very, very delicate and makes me feel that she might have looked a little younger than she really was. What do I get? Okay. And I know she's a bit slow on evidence, but don't worry, she will be developing it as we go. She needs to trust me enough to do it. Although the very fact that she's giving me allowing me to draw her face is already a big plus. Obviously, if you notice with the other gentleman, he came on straight and he was really quick. It was like, yeah, yeah, I said, yeah, something like that. Oh, yeah, Richard says he hasn't never heard of them. Yeah, they're very pretty, but I don't really like to commit to I mean, I know I'm wearing a very flowery dress, but this is like, one of those rare occasions. But I do like plain colors and plain patterns. So just a little reminder as I'm drawing, just developing the lady's face. If you find me on, I um, do daily readings on TikTok. I've really been exploring. I've been having a lot of fun on TikTok. And if you subscribe to my channel, then you can see all the daily messages. So what I do is I literally pick a card for every day and I do a little reading. So meaning that, even your if it comes on your feed, say like 2 weeks later, but that card is a message that you need to know today. And I find it really interesting because of the feedback people have been saying that, like, I know it's not the right day, but God, that was absolutely spot on. So do have a look. It's a lot of fun. I will warn you, TikTok is very addictive, so you will find that you probably spend way too much time on it. But I've learned so much on TikTok, to be honest. Um, that it's such a it's I think social media is a good and bad place. It really depends on how you use it and what you want to get out of it. But it allows me to do really quick videos, so you can watch my reading and then off you go. So you don't have to sit there for an hour um, hoping for a card. But that message is a general message for the collective. So do a check me out. I'm trying to build my the numbers so that I can go live on there. So then I'll be able to do some card readings live. Okay, right. I've got Richard in the ear and he's trying to make me laugh. No, it's really fun because especially like the dance moves and then the funny parodies and stuff like that people have done. I did a funny one recently where, actually what happened was somebody messaged me and she said, or called me, I can't remember, and she said, Angela, do you do weight loss spells? And I said, you do realize that I'm a big girl. Like if I had a spell, I'm really skinny. So I did a TikTok on that, and it was just really funny. I just thought it was funny. It's like, that funny moment, but I just don't take it too seriously. I know some people might say, oh, you can't be a proper medium if you are on TikTok, yada yada yada. I mean, you know what, whatever. It doesn't matter where you are, as it's really up to you, and it makes me laugh, and I can do a free daily reading really quickly. It's very little effort. The last time I tried to do one of them in YouTube, it took me three days to upload. Okay, because it's such a big file, and that's how they um how long it takes. And with TikTok, it's I can upload it in 2 minutes. So that's that's all. Okay, come on, make a decision about your hair. All right, okay, thank you. All right. This is one thing about spirit, okay? If any one of you go into spirit and then I have to draw you, just remember that not all mediums know how to draw hair. It takes a lot of time, okay? So don't be too fussy about your hair. Always find spirit always trying to get me to do really do their hair well, and it hurts me because I'm like, oh, I don't know, I can't be asked. Oops, shouldn't have said that. Okay, all right, okay, that might be all you're getting. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I am speaking to spirit. Sorry, I know it's a bit. I sound like a mad woman. I've got a voice coming out in my ear, and I'm speaking to people on the internet. Oh God. Okay. So I know that as I drew her nose, it felt like as if there was a problem, like either she had broken her nose or there was something there, because it really should be here, but it's slightly to the left. So know that she definitely at some point had either a broken her nose, or she had an issue with the nose. Okay. And and I know that also, as you can see from the picture herself, that she wasn't an elderly person that passed, and I was struggling with her age earlier because I felt that she wasn't as old as I thought or felt she was. Okay, but I do apologize. It's taking a bit longer than I wanted to. Um, but she seems to be very insistent on taking her time. Right, okay. Okay, we get the idea. We get the idea. Okay. Now, I have to write this down. Where is my pen? No pens, no pens. Okay. Righty, never mind. Okay. Right. So I've got the name. I know this is so specific, Joyce. Okay. And then I've also got the sort of national national trust sort of person. She was and also amateur dramatics come into my mind as well. Now I don't know whether it's that she took part in it, or um whether she was somebody that watched it. Okay, that she liked to watch productions where she lived. But definitely there's a sense that she was definitely of interest to her. Okay, so I'm hoping that somebody will recognize and understand. Okay, now I do also know that she was not um, somebody that was open to spiritual matters. So this is a little bit difficult for her. This is where I'm feeling her as in someone that kind of, okay, this is interesting, but I'm not sure about this. Okay. And I know the name Joyce is popped into my head. It's either her name or resonate with somebody that she knew that was close to her. And also, I have this feeling I keep hearing a dog, um, the sound, feeling, sensing, and hearing a dog around her as well. So there's a dog. Okay. Um, and interesting. Would anybody understand? Does this lady sound or look familiar? Would you understand the nose situation with the nose? All right, Christine, description sounds like my mother-in-law. Would you understand the name Joyce as in associated with her? Definitely there's a dog. There's definitely a dog. Okay, watch Amateur Dramatics. Okay, National Trust. Tick, tick, tick. Joyce is a sister. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Okay, I see there's a tick, tick, tick. Okay, now and she had a dog. Okay, perfect. Now, do you understand the nose, that she had a problem with her nose? Because it feels like as if it was slightly out of place, or it was just something really weird about it. But I feel like as if she would have, had always had problems, like that sort of flu, cold like symptoms all the time. Like if you have sinus, for example, right? And I also feel that she had a role where how she worked is, I'm trying to define it as in, I know that she worked for some kind of organization, where she would have done sort of the administrative work, if that makes sense, either as a hobby or as her job. But I know that she lived or worked where she would have heard a church bell, because I can hear the ding of the church bell. So there was a church bell sound. Okay. Sort of admin job role. Okay. I can hear distinctive ring of the church bell, and either worked or she lived somewhere around there. And I know that also there's something really interesting, because I can see what I feel is a road, and I can see a road sign, and it starts with a what does it start with? Oh God, okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna write it down. West, Bury, Westbury. Okay. Don't know if that. Richard, could you spell that out for them, please? Westbury. In Wiltshire. Okay. All right. Wiltshire. Okay. That is so specific. I don't tend to get places names and so on, but so she just gave that to me. And do you understand, Christine, that she worked in kind of a administrative role where she took care of things and took care of the day to day, and also might have done admin. Okay, I love this. Okay, admin. Okay, admin. All right. Okay. Does the word does Westbury, Wiltshire, does that make okay, could be an old address. So please do check on it. That would be amazing. And if you come back and then comment on this live, that would be amazing. But she just shows me that. What I would say about her is that, and who is Jane? Christine, is there a Jane close with her? There's also a Jane. Okay, I'm not sure whether it's spelled as Jane or Jayne. But what is really interesting about her is, I feel that she was, even though she could have been in a very social circumstances, having to deal with people and so on, she was quite a quiet, in a way, she was quite a quiet woman, and I feel that she kept she enjoyed being at peace with nature, and she loved she I don't know whether she was a rambler, that she went out rambling, but it was things like that that she enjoyed the most, rather than doing the other obvious things. Sitting in a pub all night would have been her nightmare. But she definitely had. My daughter's middle name is Jane. Oh wow, okay, all right. All right. Thank you very much. I knew that name was popping up. Okay, your daughter, which is her granddaughter's, isn't she? Um, Now I'm just asking her for any messages for you, a quick message for you, so we can right, okay. What's is it? She doesn't have a message per se, and I'll be very honest. I don't like to just create a message just because it's expected of me. She doesn't have a message, but what she feels that she's makes me feel is that it's about the inner peace. It's about the quiet. It's about she took me. I asked her for a message, and she showed me that open space and that sort of the things that she liked to do, and the very fact that she was somebody that liked her own space and her own time and being out in nature. And I feel that, and her showing me that as an object, and makes me feel that perhaps that's something that you might want to do a bit more of as well. Okay, Christine? I'll just write your name as well. Um, Christine Davis. Okay. I mean, how brilliant is that? So we did have Christine. We've got um, um, her mother-in-law, who she confirmed she had a dog. She confirmed that she was in amateur dramatics. She confirms that she liked the National Trust, that she lived by the church, and that's why I heard the church sounds. That Joyce is your her sister's name, and that I kept feeling that she was she had worked in an administrative role for organization or company, and yes, she did work in a for a golf club, and I also got the feeling the words Westbury, and Richard kindly said that was in Wiltshire, and that might be an old address that Christine's going to check. And then finally, the name Jane, which I wasn't sure if it was Jane or Jayne. And Jayne is Christine's daughter's middle name. So, how brilliant is that? Thank you so much, Christine, for opening up and sharing and commenting so that you can take your mother email. All right. Just need to sign it. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So, Rich, do you want to do the adverts, or should I go on? Okay, so we're going to do some adverts now.
You're watching Angela Mitchell, the psychic artist, broadcasting live to Facebook and YouTube. The show will continue after these short announcements. Tonight from 10 p.m., we join Ricky and Tyler for their live oracle and mediumship readings. If you are a VIP supporter, you get priority on messages during the broadcast. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m., we have our Live with Spirit show, where we invite different guests each week to offer free readings to our viewers. Thursday night from 8 p.m., we have Rachel Galbraith, who will be offering palmistry and oracle card readings. For more information on our broadcasts, schedule, and information about the presenters, please visit our website. That's it for all the announcements. I'll pass you back to Angela. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hi, I'm back. Okay, guys, so let's see who is coming forward. I want somebody. There is a line of spirits, and there's a discussion over who's going to step forward. And in the meantime, I'm just having a little break in the dance. All right. Okay. Come on forward then. Okay. Um, all right. Okay. I feel really um inspired and very positive and happy with this spirit. And let's see how do you want to come forward? Okay. All right. No one's used color yet. Do ask me some questions if you have any questions about spiritual development or about psychic art or anything like that. I do, because I get asked this sometimes. I do spirit art, offer that as an add-on for readings, and that could bring on guides or your spirit family or friends as well. So this, um as happy and energized the spirit is, again, it's like pay attention to me, Angela. I love it how they can be quite demanding, but I love doing this because it's a wonderful opportunity, isn't it? Do you not think so? It's a wonderful opportunity for people from not just spirit, but it's also for us to see that life, it's an evidence that life goes on, that continues. The fact that just they're from, they've gone, they passed, they're deceased, but then they're able to come back and do this with us to communicate. It doesn't matter how long they've been in spirit, but they're still able to. Yep. Thank you so much, Millie. So I've been drawing faces as a child, as long as I can remember. But obviously, I didn't know what I was doing, why I was doing it. And it was only in 2016 when I went to Egypt, and I had a big spiritual awakening there. And I had a guide that came through, and then I really started doing it. It just started to flow. I was just going, whoa, okay. Because by then my mediumship had opened up as well. So, and since then I've just been, I did go on, I did go to learn from um, probably one of the UK's best spirit artists, Lynn Cottrell. And just it just connected the mediumship with the drawing, because before I would be drawing but I didn't know what, who they were, what they wanted. So it was just about putting it together, really. And now it's just about surrendering. It does worry me sometimes, when I'm starting, I'm going like, oh my God, not sure if this is going, do I have to start again? Any more questions? See, I wouldn't be surprised if this person that I'm drawing here was somebody who was very it needs to be precise. Just feels like there's a need to be precise. I want to get everything right. I won't show you everything you need to know until I'm ready. So there's really this thing about the personality of this person that I'm drawing. And at this point, I don't even know whether it's a man or a woman because that's how in control or this is I'm going to be in charge here kind of feeling that I get from this person. Now, I always try to keep it open. I don't want to immediately say it's a man or woman because sometimes I might be drawing a what I feel is a man, but it might turn into a woman because there was two spirits bound together that one might want to present themselves visually, but then you might have another person like a husband and wife and you said, oh yeah, let the wife come, let the wife be drawn, I don't want to be drawn. And then he might be so it might confuse me at the start, so just want to make sure I just try to be as open as possible so that spirit, to do the best job possible for spirit. Very strong features here, I feel, and a lot smaller than the other pictures that I've drawn. And as I said, it's always very, very different. They're never the same. Yes, Richard. Um, I have I'm trained in what we call forensic psychic investigations with Lisa Williams. She's originally from Manchester, but she's in the US now, which is really, really interesting because we sort of revisited some of the old cases and so on. Um, and The one thing is, you see, this is, I think all psychics possibly struggle with. You get information. I know when I see certain cases, I've been, only my husband really hears about it because I'm going like, oh my God, look at her, she's saying this and that. And when certain people have gone missing, and I would say to him, I said, yeah, gone, will be found by the water. And then the story comes out and it's like, okay, found in the lake or whatever. And he's usually a bit like, oh God, that was a bit scary. But the thing is, working as much as I would like it, it's quite difficult because if you think about the investigation and you think about all the legalities that is involved, it's quite hard. And also, I'm sure you've all read about now and then about psychic, you know, dupes. It's always if it's not right or anything, you always get the stories come out in the newspaper saying the psychic got it wrong or they make it really bad. So I don't know if I'm approached by somebody and to help, I definitely will, but I wouldn't go out to reach the family because you could be seen as preying on the vulnerable and things like that. So just self-preservation, But I do know that if anyone did want some help, I'd be happily give my time. I think it's every young's dream in a way, that to be able to help and to be able to do something like that. So right, okay, this is what you can help with. Okay. All right, come on. Okay, right. So I can say now that this is definitely a gentleman, a man. I feel that sort of real masculine, strong energy with him. I also know, I do sense this, that you'd have passed, I not, 40, 45 sort of age, nothing more than that really. It just feels like he's, he passed quite early on. Not someone that um, lived a long life in that sense, if you get what I mean. I do know that he has let me write this down. Okay, here we go. Um, I know that he had a love of motorcycles. Okay, definite a love of motorcycle. There's a song. What is that? Something about motor being on the free road, and is it free living or something like that. But definitely one of those an American song about the life on the road. He really loved being out on the open road. He loved motorcycles, and he definitely had. Just telling, sorry, Born to Be Wild, maybe. I Yeah, no, I don't know what the lyrics are, definitely, but I just know that, I can hear the song, but I can't tell you what it is. It's so weird. Um, but yeah, so it is, and I know that he had a red bandana, okay, something like the boss, Bruce Springsteen. Okay, he definitely liked music from Bruce Springsteen as well. And what do I want to say? There's something about him that makes me feel in a way that even though he was definitely a nice person and so on, but he definitely had a real sarcastic um um tongue, and he could upset people sometimes with the way he spoke to people. There's something there that just tells me that he just had that streak. I do know that when he passed, he would have he was certainly hospitalized. Okay. And he wasn't well. Okay. um it just draws me, his eyes draws me in to feel that he didn't sleep very well. He would have taken certain types of pills as well. And he was age wise 40, 45, around that range. Okay, around that range. I also feel he had either worked in gardens, or he liked gardenings, because I can see I can see these flowers, growing really well around him, that have taken love and care to, which is very contrary to the tough man kind of image that that he had. But it really felt like he was, he, was had that very love for gardening. But there's lots of, I can see that summer's day. I can see the garden and see this big beautiful red rose, pink roses, and the smell of the grass, all of that. Okay, and as I said, yeah, definitely had a love for motorcycles, the open road, and the motorcycles. I'm just asking him whether he did anything with them. did he repair them? Was he knowledgeable? But he definitely would have, at least for his own motorcycles, he would have known how to look after it and repair it if there was a problem. Does anyone understand the information so far? Okay. 40 passion for motorcycles. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Not match my dad. I mean, this, what I would like to say, that he definitely, he looks, he probably looks, they always knock down a little bit of, their age. So when they want to be represented here. So if it's not, just think about if he, not when he passed, but how he looked maybe just a little bit younger. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Come on. Don't make it hard for me. Okay. Motorcycles, definitely that song, and also feel that, what is that, music, just a lot of music in my head as well. Like I feel like I want to, that I want to, I have a lot of American music in my head, and from the 70s, 80s sort of time as well. And I also feel that I always wanted to feel younger than what I was. So he did kind of things that, perhaps people would have said, "Oh, you're too old for it," or "You should be more responsible." But it was definitely more, I want to do what I want to do. Okay, and I also feel that there is a, he makes me feel I have there's a woman, and I feel this is sort of like a daughter, okay, daughter, associated with him, okay, a daughter more than a son. I feel I'm connecting with a daughter, um, and I also feel that there is a sense of, um, how did you pass? Now, I feel, as I said, I feel that he was in hospital. I felt he was rapidly ill. He was taken ill. Like, it felt like as if, when your eyes get, the sunken eyes and not sleeping. I felt very weak, and I wasn't feeling very good. And then he went to hospital, and I feel that he rapidly went downhill. But I also feel there was something that was hidden, to the doctors, that they didn't know what was wrong with him. And I can only go by how I feel about this. Like, it wasn't very clear, that they had to explore what was going on with him. But there was something wrong with his blood. Does that make sense? There was something wrong with his blood. And it's blood, yeah, like there was something wrong with his blood, and that's the only thing that he's showing me and making me feel. And I wonder whether if, Walter is it doesn't look like your person, okay, but we will see if anyone else can take it. I'm not looking at I can't see your comments until Richard puts it up. But I know that, he was definitely had, it feels like, yes, I want to say very, very strongly that because it's giving me, it's like I feel the blood in my hands now. So I know there was a blood disorder, and it made him really, really ill. And I know there's a daughter. I know that, he's got he did like something to do with gardens, or he liked gardening, but he definitely did have, he did have a love for gardening. And the red bandana, there's a picture of him. There is a picture of him wearing that either on his head or around his neck. It's a red bandana that he was very that he used. That it's definitely, I can see this picture of this scarf or bandana, whatever you want to call it, around his neck. And in a picture of him a bit younger as well. And I also know that he definitely liked listening to music from people like Bruce Springsteen and so on, of a particular era. And in a way, he's a guy that never grew up. He was this guy that he didn't grow up. So I would say childish, but I would say more of that sort of, I like all my hobbies and so on. I wouldn't say that, in terms of responsibility, it's another thing that he may not have really paid attention to in terms of his family and so on. And in some ways, he may have even let down the family at some point. Or he might have felt that he let down the family, but it also felt that a certain part of his life where things spiraled out of control, if that makes sense. And I can go on about it, but I feel that that was him. And he was never one that liked to go back into the past anyway. So he just went like, well, that you know this is it. Okay. So let me just check what is being given to me. Uh, okay, all right. All right, Rachel. Okay, okay. We told. Oh, okay. All right. I'm just waiting for Rich. Okay, so we got Walter spent most of his days with my half sisters. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, keep the comments coming so I know. Okay, so far I have Walter. Okay, Walter. Okay. So I'll just put the picture up so that you can. All right. Okay. Oh, you zoom. Oh, okay. My. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get comments now. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. So I want to thank you very much, and thank you to the gentleman. So if you've because I'm missing some comments, I'm not sure who has him. But he's definitely come forward, and for some of you who've recognized him, and also for all the other spirit faces who have come forward tonight to be recognized and to have this moment with all of us. Thank you very much. Now be back in November 9. So look out for my show again. And obviously you can go to Spirit Psychic Series page to find me, and you can find all my social media links, and you can log on and connect with me. So over to you, Richard. Good night, guys.
Spiritual Psychics TV. Online. Spiritual Psychics TV isn't just an online broadcasting service, we also offer many features via our website. SPTV offers a unique directory that uses geolocation to find your nearest reader or venue, just by using your postcode. The Academy section allows anyone to upload and create their own spiritual courses within minutes. For those who like to read, then our online magazine area will offer just that. The SPTV shop enables anyone to start their online shop, be it to sell used or new items. You can also find our schedule and information about our shows.
Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.